Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Horror Debate. I'm Michael Mandy and he is Rowdy Jeff.
This week we are debating The Tripper from 2006, directed by the ex-WCW World Heavyweight Champion, David Arquette.
That little wimpy guy was in the WCW?
Ah, you didn't know that, did you?
No.
These idiots gave this guy the world belt, and this was like the demise of the company, right?
Are you serious? We're talking about Dewey from the Scream
David
movies?
freaking Arquette showed up in WCW, and they gave him the freaking belt.
Why? How much did it cost
Over
him?
Goldberg, Hogan, Booker T,
What, did he
Steiner.
did he just walk up and say, how much you want for it?
Yeah,
$2 million? Here you go.
they wanted to they wanted publicity in the worst way, so they gave the belt to him so they could say, look who our champion is. You all know him. It's David freaking Arquette from Scream. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm a little off the topic here, but you know what I'm saying?
You're serious.
Yes, I get frustrated every time I think about this. You know, they just handed the belt to him, basically. You know, they had him pinned some. I can't even remember how it went down, but it was an utter joke.
This is the real. This isn't one he just bought at like the gift shop outside for $20.
The company gave him the belt, Mike. I'm telling you, he was considered the WCW World Heavyweight Champion for like an hour and a half. No, I don't know. It went for a little while. It went for a few weeks at least. You know,
So anyways,
it bothers me, Mike. It bothers me.
So anyways,
okay, I'm sorry.
David Arquette, Mr. Courtney Cox himself.
Yes.
You know,
and how the heck did that happen? Okay, you want to explain that one to me?
He was Dewey. And
He was
chicks
Dewey.
love
Okay,
Dewey.
all right.
Chicks dig Dewey.
Okay,
Okay, we'll do Scream later.
okay.
Right now, we're talking about his directorial.
I'm flabbergasted, Mike. Already, I'm 30 seconds into the interview and the debate, and I can't take it anymore.
We're doing his directorial debut here, The Tripper.
This
you
was
want me
his
to-
first movie that he
Yeah,
actually
this is-
directed, right?
This is the first movie he ever directed.
All right.
Been in a lot of movies. Grew up around him.
Well,
He's one of the famous Hollywood Arquettes.
and you could tell in certain instances this was certainly his first film.
Well, okay, what's the plot of this, Jeff? Give me the plot.
You know, this movie, I don't want to talk about a plot.
You
Okay?
never give the plot.
This movie is all over the place, Mike.
Okay, here, I'll give you the plot.
You
never
give the first plot, I'll give the next three.
Has anyone
okay?
ever noticed he never gives the plot
I don't
out?
give plots. Who cares?
Okay, this takes place. I actually had a hard time pinning down what year this movie was supposed to take place because I think it was supposed to take place nowadays, but they hold this hippie concert.
No.
out in the middle of the forest.
Wait a minute. It seemed to me just the opposite, that it was supposed to be taking place like way back when, but all of a sudden they were whipping out cell phones.
Exactly.
What's going on here?
Exactly. The movie starts out, they're talking on cell phones, so I go, oh, it takes place now. But then they're holding a concert out in the middle of the redwood forest near Santa Cruz, up in the hills way up there near Ben Lomond, out where mountain folk live. And all of a sudden...
Did you say mountain folk?
Yeah, then yeehaw. People who play banjos for a living are up there.
Okay.
You know, people whose houses have no central
Hey,
heating.
we might have fans up there, man. You better watch how you're talking about these
I
folks.
like that kind of country life up there.
Okay.
You know,
Gotcha.
I grew up near there. You know,
Who am I to say anything?
But anyways, I'm just saying, people who run on propane. Okay, so they have this concert way the heck up there, and hippies from everywhere are coming all over, and you're going, wait a second, there's that many hippies still around in 2006?
No, Mike.
Exactly.
See, I was confused from the get-go on this thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay? I don't know what's going on. I didn't realize what time frame we were in. There were certain things that certainly would have fit in like the 80s/90s time frame.
Yeah, it wanted to be... Anyway, so let's finish this. So they're holding this concert. Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens, is the promoter, and the sheriff of the town...
And I didn't even catch that.
The sheriff of the town is Thomas Jane, who is the Punisher.
I caught that.
You know, he's like, I don't want you hippie
I'm a
people
Punisher
ruining my
fan,
town.
baby. I saw
And,
that. I marked out.
So anyways, they hold this concert, and the focus is on Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes.
And
I love that guy.
Yeah. You know,
I love that guy. What a funny dude, man.
Yeah, his name is, gosh, I can't remember now.
Even when he's trying
Mewes,
to be...
Jason Mewes.
But even when he's trying to be straight, he's funny. That's
Yeah,
what cracks
that's
me
just
up.
it. He was basically Silent Bob, or Jay without Silent Bob.
Yeah.
But anyway, so all these big names, they go to this concert, and meanwhile, one by one, someone in the forest is killing off all these people. And meanwhile, Pee-wee's trying to throw this concert, and Thomas Jane's trying to shut it down, and dead bodies are popping up, dead hippies. And I don't know. What do you think?
Well, okay, so,
Jeff, there's the plot.
So here's the deal, okay? You take, like, a part of, like, a 70s horror flick. Then you take some, like, 80s and 90s influence. You drop in a political plot that nobody can follow, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got all these messages going which way and above. Okay, we don't know what's going on, right?
Uh-huh.
You put it in an egg beater, right? You mix it all together, and you come out with this thing.
Yeah, this had a lot of stuff mixed into
And
it. I mean, it's obvious he's a fan of horror movies because you could tell. He said, "Oh, we got to have this in it." Whap, there it was.
I gotta give it
Whap.
to him for certain things. I mean, there were certain scenes like the compound fracture of the arm. You know, there were certain scenes. I was like,
What
yeah.
about when the hippie guy got hit in the head with the bottle thrown by David Arquette?
That's right.
He had his own camera.
And I knew it was phony from there. He can't throw that good. There's no way.
But you gotta admit, when they were stitching that head up, I was just going, "Oh wow!"
Oh yeah, that was good. Pour the alcohol all up in it and just start stitching the mother, right?
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. You know, I gotta say this movie confused me so much. I don't even know how to review this one, Mike. I'm sitting there going, you know, on a horror level, it doesn't really succeed. It has horror elements to it, but they're all mixed in with this really strong political thing that's going on.
And, I mean, okay, we're not going to spoil nothing because it shows on the cover. The killer is wearing a Ronald Reagan mask.
Right.
So he's running around. Here it is, the
and
forest.
there's so many, like, you know, like, what am I trying to say?
thought
Like
it was-
metaphors and things going on.
Allegories and metaphors.
Yeah.
And things. I just thought it was funny. Here it is out in the forest. There's dirt, trees, and leaves everywhere, and all these dirty, scummy hippies wearing tie-dye and long hair. All of a sudden, here's this dude running around in a three-piece suit with a tie, you know, chopping people's heads off.
Yeah, you know,
It was a really bizarre film.
And as the movie went on, I thought it got more ridiculous. It did. Towards the end, I was like, okay, can we just roll the credits?
They're putting this off as the greatest rock concert in the history of the world, and they only had one band.
Best actor in the whole thing. Best actor in the whole thing.
Was Pee Wee Herman.
No.
He was cool.
He was okay.
Pee Wee was cool.
I thought the best actor in the whole thing, and you know what I'm going to say? I thought Thomas Jane did a great job.
Thomas Jane rocked in this movie.
He did a great job.
Okay, I've never really been a huge fan of Thomas Jane. I thought The Punisher, he was just okay, and it maybe, you know, if he was 10 years older, I don't know. Yeah, he was all right.
Oh, come on. When he was whooping on Kevin Nash, when Kevin Nash came out as the Russian and started, like, just slamming him all over the place, and that was awesome.
I thought he was all right. I thought maybe they could, but in this movie, he was awesome in this movie. I thought,
he did a great job. The attitude he had, you know, as he was playing off of Pee Wee, you know.
Yeah, because Pee Wee was trying to be Mr. Joe Cool, and hey, I'm this great concert promoter from Los Angeles, Mr. Man, and I'm going to throw this concert off with or without your help.
Yeah.
And they were just doing a sparring match, and it was fun to watch.
You know, I didn't catch that was freaking Pee Wee, dude.
That was Pee Wee Herman.
I can't even freaking believe it. I'm looking through the credits at the end, and I see his freaking name.
Paul Rubens.
I had no idea that was Pee Wee.
Yeah, you're going, Paul Rubens, that sounds familiar. Who was that? Yeah, that was Pee Wee Herman.
Unbelievable.
You know?
But that goes to show you some versatility there.
Yeah, the guy's surprised. He was also in Mystery Men. Remember that? He was the spleen.
Mystery freaking Men. Oh, boy. That's another movie for another time.
But anyways, I'm just saying, Pee Wee's got, Paul Rubens has got some range here. I think.
That's what I was saying. It shows versatility. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
what do you think, Mike? Now, I kind of thought it was too mixed up, and that it didn't feel like it drove the point home, whatever point it was trying to make. Actually, I think the problem was it was trying to make too many points within about an hour and whatever it was, minutes, right?
Right.
I mean, I just kind of feel like there was too much going on. It was trying to be too cerebral, and when you take a horror movie and you try to be that cerebral and put all these little metaphors and things going on, it just kind of makes mush mash.
One thing I think that was kind of neat in this film, it's called The Tripper because it's about, the drug trip thing, it's not about a guy running down, I'm going to kill you, oops. No, it's not about that. It's about,
That was the last one we reviewed, Mike.
But anyways, so, and it's so funny because this movie, when these hippies take drugs, the camera starts showing you what they're seeing.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, most movies don't do that. They just show someone in the corner going, wow,
actually, there's another horror film that's coming out here pretty soon, and I don't recall the actual name of what they're calling it, but it's about drug-induced craziness. Cool. It's in like the wilderness, like this.
This one beat them.
And it reminded me of this in a way when I saw the trailer to it, because I was like, wow, I've seen this movie, but where's Arquette? That's kind of where I was at with it. I've kind of seen this already.
Okay, this one film, because remember, these are all supposed to be hippie, peace-loving, and save the trees and save the animals and stuff. His wife, David Arquette's wife, Courtney Cox, you won't recognize her because she's got this big, long, blonde hippie wig. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but she's got the best line in the whole movie. And you know he said, "Dear, I'm going to give you the only one line, but everyone's going to remember you."
Right.
That was the best. I was watching this just going, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think you probably liked it a little bit more than I
think
did.
I did.
Overall, it sounds like you enjoyed it more.
I enjoyed it. I just wish it wasn't Ronald Reagan running around chopping. To me, that was just too out of place.
Yeah, and all the little messages kind of run in the background, like I said, kind of diluted the whole thing for me. I might be in the minority on that, but it just didn't feel like it drove any particular point home. There was too much going on. Okay, so
this movie even had male nudity in it. I was just going, oh wow.
They're freaking walking down the path, right?
I mean, starkers, man.
Dangling in the wind here, and I'm like, wow. I don't need this.
There's lots of skin in this movie, by the way. See, that's the other thing, too. It's supposed to be the 60s peace and love and hippies and everything. But 2008 hippies don't run around naked. They're busy talking on their Bluetooth and stuff.
Mike, all I could see when that scene came up was Dana Carvey standing there in front of me going, it's naked time. That's all I can go through my mind.
Yeah,
man.
I was watching it just going, oh no, I did not need to see that.
Oh, but see, we have too many. If we were to make a movie, it would be a big mixed mass of all this crap because we got too much going on. So no hurt to our cat here, man. No. I mean, he was trying to drive some stuff home politically, and I don't think it mixed with the horror movie too well.
And also, he was having a lot of problems with this film too, and the weather was not playing nice with him either. If you're gonna
watch the extras,
watch it, and then not only that, watch the backgrounds of the movies. It's like when they're walking in one place, it's sunny, and then by the time they get there, it's raining.
Yeah.
But they're just ignoring the fact that you can hear as the water's hitting the leaves because it's not supposed to be raining. They're just hoping it's not appearing on camera that it's raining.
Yeah. The guy that got hit in the head bothered me. I just got to go back to that point real quick. Okay. This guy bothered me a little bit. He gets domed in the head with a bottle. Splits him wide open. They got to pour alcohol. Can you imagine how that hurt, Mike?
Oh, I bet.
Poured the whiskey down into the wound. Stitched him up without anything, no injection, no nothing, right? Just freehand, as we're gonna call it, right? Stitches him up, and there's the guys that did it. It's little wimpy ass Arquette.
And his two
and
buddies.
These two guys, you add up their intelligence, you don't get out of like single digits, right? Now, and he's standing there like he doesn't want to approach these guys.
Well, because he was a scrawny little wimpy dude.
That's my point. I mean,
but you notice who came to his rescue and started beating up on them?
I know.
His girl.
I know, which I dug.
Cool.
I dug on that. But I mean, I was sitting there going, oh, come on. They just wounded you. You just had to go through all this pain. I'd be over there swinging. I don't care how big I was. I'd be over there swinging.
Oh. And what was it? Lucas Haas, when he was in any movie, when young guys pull out a guitar, I just go, oh God, no, they're gonna sing. Actually, his tune wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, okay, I can see. Oh, okay, I'm not vomiting. This is a nice little tune. Okay, and it didn't drag too long.
So my verdict is, okay, you're going to watch the movie, you're going to get 3/4 of the way through, and you're going to be okay. But that last quarter of the movie lost it.
Yeah.
It lost it. Towards the end, when all the stuff's going on, I don't want to give anything away, but when the big pandemonium's going on towards the end, I'm like, oh, come on. It's almost like they're doing gore for the sake of doing gore in certain things. Plus he's trying to drive home this really deep political message, come on. It just felt too contrived, too heavy. This movie would have been better served to be a little bit lighter in the feet. Okay, you know what I mean?
So he should have aimed more towards Scream territory.
Yeah, I mean, you got to admit, Mike, Arquette has the personality to be in a Scream movie.
Oh yeah,
okay, it's a Scream style of movie.
I mean, he was perfect as Dewey.
Absolutely. So I don't think he should necessarily mess with that. I mean, when you try to go too deep with something, and you're the kind of guy like that, you got that personality like that, it doesn't necessarily mix right.
What do you think of his direction as a director?
You could tell in certain ways that it was a first film. Okay, but overall, I kind of dug it. He seemed to be really loose with it.
Yeah.
It seemed like a really
That's a good, accurate description. A loose film.
Yeah.
It didn't seem... It seemed like he was having a good time, and people were having a good time, but it didn't look like they were goofing off.
Well, I think people could take a little bit of a lesson from him in the sense that I don't think he takes himself too seriously with a lot of this stuff, and he doesn't push in that real super serious zone too much. You know, and I think that some first-time directors could really
Well,
get a few lessons from this guy.
Also, a lot of first-time directors don't really control themselves, and I'm going to be the most daring and amazing thing since I'm going to show super close-ups and super far-aways, and I'm going to be, you know, like in Touch of Evil and have a 25-minute pan shot and show everybody. No, he showed a lot of restraint, yet he still kept it loose.
You know,
and some of his camera angles were pretty clever.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you got to remember, this guy's an actor.
Yeah.
He's an actor first.
Right.
He's a director second.
And I think that being an actor helped because his attitude, he knows how to talk to
That's
actors.
Right.
And that's how, and everyone seemed relaxed around
That's right.
him.
I agree with that
I
wholeheartedly.
think maybe that's probably why Pee-wee gave a good show. Thomas Jane was cool.
Pee-wee gives a good show, baby. Just go to SF in like the adult theaters. Oh, he gives you a good show, all right.
Yeah. I think that was in Florida.
Oh, okay, whatever, you know. But no, he's gone coast to coast, baby. Trust me.
No, but you see my point.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's my point too. I thought that for a first time out there, I mean, of course you notice certain things, you go kind of, you kind of wince a little bit. But I think this was a very challenging project for a first time director. Mm-hmm. I think trying to put all this stuff together in a cohesive form when you've got all this stuff kind of happening at one time, it was pretty good in that sense. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of grading it on a little bit different scale because he was a first-time director. Mm-hmm.
Well, we kind of give first-time directors.
And plus, he's the ex-WCW champion. He'll come whoop my ass, right? I mean, let's bottom line this, okay? I mean, David Arquette, toughest guy walking, right? Okay, maybe not. Anyway, I'm gonna 3-star this.
Wow!
I'm gonna 3-star this.
Really?
The more I think about it, I did enjoy mostly up to 3/4. Okay, after that it went to hell. I'm not gonna kid you. 3/4 of the way through the movie, after that it went to hell. But that 3/4 was enjoyable. He did have valid points going on, that he wanted to hit politically. Okay, which some people may grasp, some people may not, some people may not care. But I got it. I kind of dug that a little bit, but it got to be too overbearing overall. So that's why it's not going any higher than 3. But I'm going to give him that little boost up to 3 because, again, as a first-time director, it was loose. It seemed fun. There was good gore. Most of the acting didn't suck. To get guys like Pee-wee and Thomas Jane and all these people together, I mean, talk about how do you, this is like East and West, man. I mean, it's like, can you get further apart than these guys? The Punisher and freaking Pee Wee Herman? I mean,
I never really thought
just
about that.
because they all start with P don't mean nothing,
the
right?
Tripper starring the Punisher and Pee Wee Herman.
I mean, can you mix this up anymore? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm gonna give it it's a week 3, but I'm gonna give it a 3 because I kind of.
It's also got Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
That's you know what.
Oh yeah, there's
I didn't even mention him too much.
There's a lot of drug humor in this. If he annoys you, if Jason, because I know some people don't like him.
He's freaking hilarious.
He's all over this movie, so I'm just warning you. If you don't like Jay and Silent Bob, you're gonna hate this movie.
He's freaking hilarious. It made me want to go back and watch Clerks 2 again. Okay, I mean, just cracks me up, man. But okay, so basically, week 3 stars for me. Like I said, it wraps it up pretty well. Not wraps it up pretty well. What I'm saying is that as a package of a movie, this is okay. This is kind of happening. I think most horror fans are going to get into this movie in some aspect.
Yeah, there's a lot to be taken. I really enjoyed a lot of this, but certain parts of it just didn't give it. They kind of bugged me. I mean, the first thing, Ronald Reagan running around with an axe, I was just, oh boy.
He did that in the White House, man. You ask anybody.
But then the second one thing was, is it a mask or is it makeup? Because they did both.
Or Memorex.
Yeah. No, they did both.
No. Okay.
Sometimes he's running around and hi there, and you saw that it was his real face. But then when they go after him, then there's mask. There's a mask. So what is it? Is it a real guy or is it a mask?
It's a real guy with a mask. Solved.
I'm going to put makeup on to make me look like Ronald Reagan, then put a mask to cover it?
It's solved, Mike. Move on. Come on. How many stars?
3 stars.
3. There you go. Do we agree all the time, Mike?
All the time.
We agree all the time.
Everything.
People who come to this site, they go, oh, they agree all the time.
These guys are just so boring.
Yeah. Listen to the reviews, stupid. We don't review all the time, or we don't agree all the time on our reviews. Come on. Some of our listeners must literally be deaf. They come to the freaking site. They look at the stars and go, oh, Mike gave it 3 stars and Jeff gave it 3 stars, so it must be, they agree all the time. They pat each other on the back all the time. Right? Listen to the review, stupid. I mean, it's right there. We say different things. We come at it from different directions.
we pick them
Okay?
apart. So.
And if you don't like it, if you're some director out there that can't handle it, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're some director out there that can't handle the truth about your piece of crap, don't come to our site, start crying to us and blogging about it.
Oh, boy.
It's garbage. I mean, come on, you know? We gave you a decent review. Shut up. Okay?
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the freaking truth. End of story. David Arquette just squats all over you on this flick, all right? See ya.
Yeah, David, let's look forward to your next film. 3 stars.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy Jeff. We'll talk to you next week at the Horror Debate.